All right, guys. So it's been the next day, and as you can see, it came out really nice. I've been learning about resin, obviously from YouTube, and since I don't have a pressure pot, at least not one that's set up yet, there are apparently several ways you can get the bubbles out of the resin without needing that. One is heating it up, which is what I did. The other one is to put a flame over the top every so often that knocks the bubbles down. So I use one of these guys. But submerging the resin in hot water and also mixing it slowly seems to be the key. And so I didn't go with this ring method. I went with the tubes that I printed out, and this is that filament G-Law that I was talking about. It kind of looks like metal. And so these tubes are nice and clear, and the screw that attaches to the bearing are accessible. So I can take this guy off and, maybe put this one on there or something like that. Anyway, it came out really nice. I haven't tried taking it off yet. I put a little 3D printed cap in the very center to cover where the pin comes up into the housing here. It's off of the bottom of this guy. But yeah, it looks really good. And so now what I have to do is I have to figure out what kind of coils I want to set up. So I've got a driver coil, which I can use anything for that. But I'm probably going to use this nice one that I've got, and I'll use a circuit that can take advantage of the back EMF because I want to set up certain amount of coils to charge up my super cap bank. And I made this 3D printed box. Actually, I made a whole bunch of smaller ones and just glued them together because it would take too long to print that big one. Although if you think about it, it's probably the same amount of time. I'm thinking about using some of these coils too, just as an experiment. I've got several of those, but I have to figure out what kind of coil I want to design. I'm thinking about some kind of maybe horseshoe-shaped coil, which would take full advantage of the magnet. It would get it in the front and on the top and the side, if that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I wanted to show you how the resin came out. It came out nice, and of course, these will unscrew, and the nuts are captive in there, so I can, change the magnets or put these on something else. Anyway, I have to now figure out, I'm going to go back to the drawing board and figure out what kind of coil I want to design. And I want to design it in a way to make it easy to wrap. So building a horseshoe would be cool, but it wouldn't be easy to wrap that. But if I made the horseshoe in segments, but then I would have to splice the wires together, and that's never good on a setup like this. At least that's what I'm told, that splicing the wires together would not make for a good setup. If anybody knows any difference, let me know. But yeah, I have to figure out how I can wind it but also do it in a way where I can put the horseshoe together after it's wound. So maybe I can wind one at a time. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to do that. Anyway, just wanted to show you the resin casting. All right, ciao.